Hi everyone, this is Brian Hayes and welcome to a discussion on basic warm-ups for guitar. Today I'd like to look at a simple time-proven isometric exercise that will warm up both the fingers on your left hand and your right hand's picking function, both of which have to be totally coordinated to play the guitar efficiently. Playing the guitar is a physical endeavour, and just like any athlete warms up before they partake in their sport, it's important that you develop a warm-up routine for your guitar playing that you do every day. This routine will not only warm up your muscles, but it will keep your hands and your mind fit for guitar playing. So let's hop straight into it and have a look at the basic warm-up for guitar players. Okay, so for this exercise I recommend you use a metronome. Set your metronome to 100 beats per minute and set it going. Now on the right hand, we're using a plectrum, normal plectrum position, just cross your thumb and your index finger. And what we want to develop is the concept called alternate picking. Like this, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So you can see on my right hand, every second stroke of the pick is in an upward motion. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So beats 1 and 3 are down strokes. Beats 2 and 4 are up strokes. 1, 2, 3, 4. So once you get the feeling in your hand of alternate picking, that is our default picking on the guitar. It gives us the most flexibility, it gives us the ease and to be able to play fast and efficiently if we have to play fast. For this exercise, our default picking is alternate picking. Now, what you need to do is get good at that on each of the 6 strings of the guitar. So put your metronome on, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. If that's new to you, you may have to slow the metronome down to say 60 beats a minute. You may have to spend many hours on each individual string till you just get that command, the efficient command of your right hand where you feel comfortable no matter whether it's the 4th string or the 2nd string, that you feel that the alternate picking is your natural way to pick the strings. Okay, we move out now to our left hand. Our left hand has 4 fingers on it. Our thumb stays behind the neck at all times. And we assign each finger on our left hand a fret number. So first finger stays with fret 1, second finger with fret 2, third with 3, the little finger or the 4th finger with 4. Now you'll notice I'm maintaining the stretch on my left hand. I'm not going like this. I'm not using each individual finger as a separate movement. I'm holding each finger down. Once I engage the finger, I leave the former finger down. So I play the first finger, leave the first finger down, put the second one on, leave those down, put the third on, leave those down, put the 4th on. That's the real magic of this exercise, because by default our fingers don't like to stretch. They're not used to stretching, and they're certainly not used in normal life to what they've got to do on a guitar fingerboard. We don't do that sort of motion in things. If we're picking up a pipe or picking up a pen or whatever, our fingers aren't individually acting in the same way that we need them to act very naturally when we play the guitar. So we put our metronome on, 100 beats a minute is the target goal, and we do this. Notice the picking is alternate, and I'm holding the stretch of my fingers as I add each new finger on. Now, you may have to do that for many hours, and you may have to slow it down, whatever it takes to get to the point where that feels strong in your left hand, natural in your right hand. And what we do then with the exercise is we take that concept up each of the strings, the 6 strings on the guitar. Now I'm playing the exercise twice here, but you'll see in a minute that we actually only play it once as far as our warm-up goes. Okay, I'll just do the 6 strings for you, so I'm up to string 6 now. Okay, that's doing it twice in a row. But the real exercise is this. We just play each exercise once on each string. 2nd string, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. That may feel really difficult if you're new at this, but over time you'll find that that just feels very natural, and your hands will really start to feel strong. Your left hand will feel, you know, secure, and when you're playing those individual notes, each finger will feel that it's got the strength to do what it needs to do, both to stretch and to push down on the fingerboard, and so that the string correctly engages with the fret without any fret buzz like that. That just simply means you've got the finger in the wrong spot, or you're not pressing hard enough down. Remember, the right place to put your finger is just beside the fret, never on the fret. If you put your finger on the fret, you'll get that dudded out sound, because some of the skin on your finger hops over the other side of the string and impairs the vibration of the string. So if you have a look at my fingers there, I'm always putting the fingers just behind the fret, not on top of it. Okay, the warm-up exercise says once you've got down to here on the 6th string, the next thing you do is you slide all of that up 1 fret, and you start in the other order. So you go now from the 6th string down to the 1st string. And when you get to that position, you slide all of that up 1 fret, and you start the process again. So now you're going from skinny to fat string, and you'll see in a moment we just duplicate that process right up the guitar neck. So what we do now is we slide our hand up another fret, so now we're on the 4th fret, and we go through that motion again. Now all the time you've got your metronome on, you're keeping in time, you're making each picking stroke the alternate stroke, so you commence on beat 1 of the bar with a downstroke, beat 2 on an upstroke, beat 3 on a downstroke, beat 4 on an upstroke. The idea is you keep doing that motion until you get right up here 1 full octave higher. Remember, we started on the 1st fret of the guitar, so the octave for that note F will actually be the 13th fret of the guitar. So this is how we started. We've got to end up right up here on the guitar. And as you can see, our fingers are very squashed together there. They're very spread out here. That's why this is an unbelievably good exercise to develop the muscle memory that you need in your fingers and in coordination between both hands. As we scoot around the guitar, our fingers naturally have to compress as we play higher and expand as we play lower. But our right hand, there's no difference whether we're playing up here or playing down here or there. Our right hand's motion is that default alternate picking. Let's play. We'll put the metronome on and we'll play right through the exercise. Try and play along with me. If this is new to you, you're going to have to work on this and then come back to this spot on the video. And let's play together the full warm-up for guitar. 100 beats a minute. Let's give ourselves a couple of bar count in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Now remember, we move up a fret now. Okay, we move up to fret 3. The process continues. Okay, up to fret 4. Keep holding your fingers down. Okay, up to fret 5. Okay, fret 6 now. Fret 7. Okay, fret 8 now. Fret 9. Okay, fret 10. Moving to fret 11 now. Okay, fret 12 now. Now fret 13, and this is the last in our series. Okay, if you got there with me, congratulations. It can be a little frustrating playing along with the metronome. From a musical perspective, the metronome is very mechanical. And this is a physical exercise, not a musical exercise. This is an isometric hand exercise. The great American guitar player Lee Ritenour is seen on a recent YouTube interview where an interviewer was asking him questions before he was going to play at a concert, about an hour before the concert. And throughout the entire interview, Lee was doing just like I'm doing now in the background. So the interviewer would be saying, oh, Lee, you know, when were you born and where were you born and, you know, where did you go to school and when did you take up guitar? And through the entire interview, Lee did not stop moving his hands and fingers on the guitar just like I'm doing now. And he actually said, look, to the interview, I'm sorry, but I've got to play in an hour's time and I need to be fully warmed up when I walk out there on the stage. What he was saying is from the age of 13 onwards, and Lee Ritenour is one of the most famous guitar players in the world, professional guitar player, one of the top LA studio session guitar players of all time, and he released some real groundbreaking jazz fusion LP recordings in the 1960s and 70s. Captain Fingers and just some really famous recordings that really put the electric guitar in the spotlight. Great musicianship, fantastic player. Nowadays he's doing a lot of jazz playing, plays nylon string and, you know, electric guitars, all sorts of guitars. Fantastic player. But in the interview he basically credits doing similar isometric exercises to what we've covered in this warm-up basics for guitar, doing those every single day of his life. So from when he was 13, which is when he really got interested in the guitar, but he says from the age of 13 to his current age, and at the time I'm recording this video, or at the time Lee's interview was done, he was in his mid-60s. Every day of his life he spends time doing basic isometric hand exercises for the guitar. And he credits those exercises for his longevity as a professional guitarist. If you check out Lee Ritenour, his idea of playing guitar isn't that. He's not, you know, his career hasn't been based around some 3-chord rock and roll songs, and I'm not knocking 3-chord rock and roll songs or country and western. He's a very advanced technical style guitar player, really pushing his technique to the limits. And what he's saying is that basic exercise that he started when he was 13 years old, when he first picked up the guitar, has basically kept him in a job over a very long career as a world-class guitarist. So if it works for Lee Ritenour, I strongly recommend it will work for you. Throughout the exercise, I've assumed that your guitar is a cutaway design like I've got here. So in other words, this guitar joins at the 14th fret on the top side of the guitar, but over here the cutaway lets me get right down to the last frets on the guitar. That made it quite easy to do like I'm doing now, to take that exercise we played up a full octave. If for any reason your guitar joins is a standard Spanish style guitar and joins at where the body joins at the 12th fret of the guitar, both on the top side and the bottom side of the guitar, just play the exercise up to where your little finger in the exercise ends on the 12th fret. You won't be able to realistically take that exercise up beyond the 12th fret. But don't despair. The power of the exercise of that isometric coordination and strength building in our fingers and coordination of our two hands is equally as efficient if your guitar does stop at the 12th fret or doesn't have a cutaway that lets you play the full octave of that exercise. Do the exercise as far up the neck as you can using the alternate picking in the right hand and the 4-finger stretch and holding the fingers down throughout each sequence in the exercise. I hope you've enjoyed that. As always, keep in touch via my website, www.brianhayes.biz, that's B-I-Z. Drop me an email, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and enjoy your never-ending journey to get the guitar to be just a natural part of yourself. This exercise we've done today brings the guitar closer to it being part of you, so that what you think of in your mind, the music you hear in your head, can just flow through your body, through your fingers, and out of the guitar to whoever your audience might be. Bye for now.